you to the 7th Identity Day Conference. Today, September 16, referenced to the 16.9 of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which aims to provide legal identity for all, including birth registration, annually providing an opportunity and ensuring global awareness about the need to provide and protect the legal identity for all. It was exactly a year ago we organized the 6th edition of the conference. This year's conference theme is Public Key Infrastructure, Backbone to Digital Public Infrastructure. This highlights the important role public key infrastructure plays in the implementation of digital public infrastructure in Nigeria. As an institution mandated by the National Identity Management Commission Act 23 of 2007 to establish, maintain, and regulate Nigeria's national identity database and ensure the issuance of legal identification to all citizens and legal residents. The NIMC is dedicated to expanding its national identity database and enhancing inclusivity through innovative technology. At the heart of this effort is the integration of PKI, which ensures the security, privacy, and accessibility of personal data, laying the foundation for a digital economy that benefits all Nigerians. In line with SDG 16.9, PKI directly supports 3 core fundamental pillars in identity: inclusion, the ability for people to have the identity they require to access government services; protection, providing the necessary regulations and process to safeguard individuals' data and identity from misuse; and empowerment, the ability for people to have control over their identity and use the same to access public and private services. It is important we acknowledge that around 850 million people do not have the basic identification they need globally. And this is according to the World Bank 2021 estimate, with nearly 500 million of those without basic proof of identity living in sub-Saharan Africa, and 47% are children who are not registered at birth. Through partnerships with telecommunications sector, banking sector, fintechs, healthcare, and government services, NIMC is at the forefront of strengthening the identity pillars to improve service delivery, reduce fraud, and create a secure, inclusive, and empowering system for all. As part of our commitment to the SDG 16.9 goals, NIMC has made tremendous progress in inclusion, with over 123 million Nigerians now enrolled in the National Identification Database. This achievement represents a 49% reduction in waiting times, made possible through the integration of cutting-edge technology and strategic collaborations. We have worked closely with the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, and also with NYSC and also the National Population Commission, ensuring seamless integration of the national identification number with birth registration, and ensuring that NYSC assists us in the enrollment process, and other critical social welfare services, bringing us closer to ensuring that all Nigerians are registered from birth. Additionally, our partnership with the Nigerian Correctional Service has resulted in the full enrollment of over 85% of inmates, ensuring that even those incarcerated are part of the national identity system. Through technology and further collaboration with the Nigerian Immigration Service, we have experienced a 52% improvement in enrolling Nigerians in the diaspora, expanding our reach far beyond the borders. Through the NIN integration, we are ensuring that vital demographic data is captured across boards, ensuring that we reduce databases that are in silos, and ensuring that we're strengthening our national database through all of these processes. Likewise, our partnership with the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, particularly through the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office, popularly known as NASCO, has seen the successful integration of the NIN with the National Social Register, facilitating better targeting of social welfare programs. We've also collaborated with Credit Corp to ensure that all citizens have access to credit. In total, NIMC has partnered with over 500 organizations, leveraging their reach to enhance the enrollment process. On the technological front, we have deployed devices across the country, ensuring that various government agencies, such as NASCO and NYC, serve as front-end operators on our behalf, expanding the enrollment network significantly. In our continued commitment to protecting the identities of Nigerians, we recognize that identity theft remains a critical concern. Some individuals have been engaged in illicit sale and generating of fake PRIs that look like NIN, TIN, CAC, FRSC, driver's license numbers, etc., to exploit the system for fraudulent gains. Attempts to infiltrate all of our databases have failed, but these efforts have led to false claims that our database has been compromised, with rumors circulating that people's data is being laundered. Let me make it abundantly clear, there is no truth to these claims. Our database remains the most secure, and there has been no breach of data across board. We cannot ignore the reality that globally, that the world must come to terms with the fact that cybercrime is not unique to Nigeria, and the scope of its prevalence is not as it is often perceived. In response to these challenges, NIMC has formed a robust partnership with the Nigerian Police Force, National Cybercrime Center, the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Counterterrorism Unit under the ONSA, and we've also formed a good relationship with other security agencies, DSS, EFCC, in combating cybercrime and ensuring the protection of personal data, including identities within the PKI infrastructure. I must commend their dogged efforts, which have been instrumental in tackling cybercrime and securing identities across the country. Additionally, we have strengthened our partnership with both the fintech and the telco sectors to enhance our data protection. By integrating the NIN into their systems, these sectors are helping to fortify identity verification by eliminating duplication of identities, reducing identity fraud, and ensuring that every transaction carried out online is secure. NIMC has deployed self-service platforms and NIN authentication applications, empowering end users to also have great control over their data while ensuring that security protocols are upheld. This approach enhances the protections of individuals' identities, placing more power in the hands of citizens to manage and authenticate their information securely. Nigeria, of course, faces its share of security challenges, especially in certain regions, though we are witnessing improvements nationwide. However, we see a direct correlation between identity management as a PKI and national security. By documenting each citizen and resident, we are not only ensuring precise identity verification, but also enabling better planning for security, disaster response, and economic strategies. With this integrated system, tracking perpetrators of crime becomes significantly easier, helping law enforcement agencies respond more effectively to threats, both natural and man-made. Empowerment lies at the heart of the National Identification Number, and its integration to enable access to government services across all government ministries, departments, and agencies will unlock the full potential of each citizen's identity, bringing them closer to government and bridging the technical divide and the financial divide between government and its people. Similarly, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has leveraged the NIN to provide financial support to students, and of the most recent reports in August and early September 2025, over 449,000 students have benefited from the program since its portal launch on May 24, 2024, with a total of 86.35 billion naira disbursed in loans. These interventions have also expanded financial inclusion, particularly for women, changing the dynamics of households, income, and economic participation. While we are working on a survey specifically focused to financial inclusion for women, NIN, BVN, along with the integration to phone numbers, have significantly improved the status of financial inclusion for both genders. Beyond education and financial inclusion, the NIN is being used by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Insecurity to ensure transparency and equitable distribution in the sale of essential commodities. For instance, over 30,000 metric tons of milled rice have been sold to Nigerians at subsidized rates, cushioning the effects of high food costs and demonstrating how a verified digital identity can directly empower citizens economically. By enabling access to social programs, financial services, and essential commodities, the NIN not only strengthens individuals' capacity to participate fully in the economy, but also transforms households, communities, and the broader society. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on the remarkable progress we have achieved in inclusion, protection, and empowerment in line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16.9, it is clear that the national identification number supported by the public key infrastructure is more than just a number. It is a gateway to opportunity, security, and dignity for every Nigerian. From enrolling over 123 million citizens and residents to safeguarding identities against fraud to empowering students, women, and households economically, NIMC's work demonstrates that a secure, verified identity is the backbone of a digital public infrastructure. Yet, while we celebrate these milestones, we remain aware of the challenges ahead. Closing the remaining gaps in inclusion, addressing gender disparities, ensuring continuous universal birth registration, and extending secure access to every corner of our country. These are not just technical or administrative tasks, they are commitments to social justice, equity, and national development. As we move forward, our mission is clear: to strengthen PKI across the ministries, departments,